Hi, this is Belinda Colubriale, and this is Talking High Performance with Belle. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them. I'm Belle, and today I want to talk to you about how your attitude can shape your success and guide you to new heights. Your attitude determines your altitude. What does that mean? It means our attitude is a powerful determinant of how far we go in life. It shapes our perspectives, influences our actions, and affects how we respond to the challenges around us. If you look around you, you'll see those with a positive attitude. They tend to be more resilient, more creative in their thinking, and more willing to take risks than those with a more limited or negative attitude. Those with a negative attitude often create self-imposed barriers and have patterns of thinking that limit their potential and hinder their own growth. You've likely seen this play out in different conversations. Chat with someone who has a great attitude and they'll encourage you to strive for more. But those with a negative attitude tend to focus on what can go wrong or why it won't work. So if you want to go higher, if you want to do better, I want to share with you today a few ways to help you elevate your own attitude in day-to-day life. The first way is to choose courage every time. How do you do this? You do it by using these three words or doing these three things. Belief. You need to have a commitment in showing up and the courage to do things your own way. This means that you need to believe in the vision you have for not only your life, but more than that. You don't have to believe in the vision that others have for you. You need to believe in the vision that you have for you. It means that if others say your goals are too big or you'll never make it or don't be crazy, ignoring that and just having the courage to do it your way and to go bigger. When we look at successful individuals, they didn't get there by chance. They believed and then they did what I mentioned or what I'm going to mention in my second point. They commit to showing up, not only when they feel like it, but also when they don't. And this is a way that's congruent to them. In order to do this, they need courage, the courage to believe, the courage to commit, and the courage to be authentic in themselves and in how they show up. If you foster that, then you're more further ahead than most others in the same game. Your attitude determines how far you'll go. It determines your altitude. Another reason is to identify your excuses. When you find yourself making an excuse for not pursuing a goal or task, recognize it and challenge it. Is it a legitimate barrier holding you back, or is it a way for you to avoid discomfort? Ask yourself, is this actually true, or am I making this up? What can I do to overcome this? And by confronting your excuses, you take control of your mindset and you open the door to progress. For instance, there was a time when I avoided showing up on reels or videos because I had a turned eye. I felt self-conscious and feared judgment. But then I realized this was holding me back from connecting with my audience and sharing my content. I challenged the excuse and I decided it's a pretty average reason to not show up, and I decided to show up anyway. So this shift not only helped me grow personally, but also to build a stronger connection with my audience. I began to recognize the excuse and replace it with it is what it is attitude. Let's just go forward. When you actively work on maintaining a positive attitude, you'll find that obstacles become easier to overcome and opportunities become more apparent. Remember, it's your attitude that is the fuel that guides you and determines the height that you go, and it determines the altitude. Reason number 3 is shifting your focus within. Understand the role that focusing on ourselves has. Often we get caught up in external circumstances and we forget to look within. By shifting your focus inward, we can better understand our thoughts and emotions, and it allows us to make conscious choices that align with our true desires and goals. Catch the moments that are holding you back, where you may be slipping into old patterns, and shift your focus. If you shift your focus to where you want to go instead of what you're afraid of, you'll have a much better chance of reaching your destination. It doesn't mean there won't be mistakes along the way, but it does mean that you have a much higher chance of building the momentum and getting closer to your goals and dreams. So when you notice that you're thinking about the past or something that doesn't serve you or what could go wrong, shift your focus and go again. And point number 4 is identify the power in excuses. Identifying and challenging your excuses can be really transformative and powerful. When you break free from limiting beliefs and excuses, you unlock your potential and you empower yourself to act towards your goals. So first, recognize the excuse that's holding you back. And they often sound like, I don't have enough time, I'm too tired, or I'll never be good at this. Once you identify them, replace them with proactive thoughts. Change, I don't have enough time, to, I'm going to find a small slot during the day to do ... And these excuses often stem from past experiences or even external influences. So start by journaling your thoughts. When you face a challenge, write down your immediate reactions. Look for patterns so you can avoid them in the future. And being able to identify these patterns and stop the excuses is the first step to overcoming them. Another step is to recognize when they appear. Do these patterns appear when you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, around certain tasks? Pinpoint the pattern. So for example, pinpoint, I don't have enough time to, is it when I'm busy with work? Is it when I'm feeling low on energy? Is it when my kids are playing up? Remember, everyone has the same 24 hours on the day. So by identifying the pattern, you can start to challenge the excuse and find ways to integrate these tasks like exercise, like prioritizing yourself, like starting your hobby, like a quick walk, to do your own thing. So remember, it's your attitude that is the key to your altitude. If you challenge your excuses, focus within and choose courage every time, especially when you don't feel like it, you'll begin to unlock your true potential and be able to soar to new heights. I hope this has been helpful. Until next time, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Belle.